So, it's TheGameImpulse here, and we're going to talk about Uprising, the new Call of Duty Black Ops 2 DLC that came out about 3 weeks ago, was it? Or 2?
I think so.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
April 16th, I think it was.
So, yeah, about 3 weeks ago. There was 5 maps released with it, 4 multiplayer maps, which were Vertigo, Magma, Encore, and Studio, which is a remake of Firing Range from Black Ops 1.
Yes.
And the new Zombies map, Mob of the Dead, which was really interesting. So I guess let's start with the multiplayer maps. Honestly, at least compared to the last DLC, the maps I think are generally better than the last DLC. They all are a little bit more interesting, a little bit more streamlined. Like, there was Hydra, which I thought was a good map, and then there was Grind, which I thought was a good map, but then the rest of the maps were okay. Like, Mirage was kind of hard to play, Downhill was alright. But this map, the only one that's really bad, it's still good, but it's maybe not as good as Vertigo. All the other ones are really good. Encore's interesting. I mean, they took Firing Range, which, you know, was a very popular map from Black Ops 1, and made it, you know, they changed the setting so it's more like a Hollywood backlot, and so it looks more visibly appealing than Firing Range and just cardboard. And I mean, it's just at least the maps, again, like I said, are just I think just better. They play a lot better. I want to play them a lot more than I did the Revolution map packs. Yeah, so that's.
Yeah, I think these maps are just fantastic. I mean, Firing Range was a great map, but everybody just kind of killed it in ways because everybody wanted, like, that's all you played. And with Studio, that's all you play. Every time Studio comes up, you should just not even try to vote for anything else. You're gonna play Studio. But overall, I think it is a good map. Like Keith said, it's a lot more visually appealing. Like, certain areas are like, you know, this is like an alien type movie setting. This is like Wild West. It's kind of neat. But overall, I feel I feel that the whole map as a whole is not as open as Firing Range was. I just feel that it's a little bit more closed quarters. I can see why people want to play it all the time. I mean, you can have like fucking battles going on all over that map, and it's not like too big, it's not too small. It's like the perfect size. It is a great map. The remake of it is a Firing Range, really good. Magma though is amazing. I love that map. There's so many vantage points that you could just sit somewhere and just kill everybody. It's a very nice map to look at. It's interesting. It's probably the most interesting out of all of them. I mean, Encore's alright, you know, it's cool. And like he said, Vertigo's just okay. Sometimes Vertigo can be really good. But I feel, you know, I want to play these maps more. The Revolution ones, I wanted to play Grind, I wanted to play Hydra, but didn't really have much desire to play Mirage or Downhill. I actually want to play every single one of these maps. And honestly, this map pack as a whole really just kind of like piqued my interest for Black Ops 2 more. You know, I've been playing a lot more. But overall, these maps are solid. Very worthy additions to the already pretty good lineup of maps in this game. So.
And then there's Mob of the Dead, which is the new Zombies map, and I love what they've done with it. They've made changes for the better. Like, it's a new kind of HUD system, so it looks all fresh. Instead of having quick revive, there's afterlife, so you can you know, zap things, and that's also replaces the power. Mystery box is like a spike covered like coffin now, and it looks badass. And I mean, just a couple other things. There's, you know, Thompson, and the map in general I think is a lot. Like, Die Rise is a good map, but then it's kind of like we were talking about the rest of the map pack. It could have been better. like there's just some things that make it like overly difficult. Whereas this map, since it's based at Alcatraz, I mean it's Alcatraz is already a creepy setting. It's not like a setting that you go and you make creepy. Like, and then they just added so much stuff to it, and there's so many little Easter eggs in the map for you to do. And I mean, it's at least so far in Black Ops 2 Zombies, my favorite Zombies experience so far.
Yeah. I'll say this. I always had fun playing Zombies, but I never wanted to full out play Zombies. When I put Call of Duty, a Treyarch Call of Duty in, I wanted to play multiplayer or the campaign. Zombies was kind of always third. That has kind of changed with this new map pack. Because Mob of the Dead is such a great map. Like, I want to play Zombies now. And like he said, I mean, this is just... What happened? I don't know what happened. This is a creepy map. It's very interesting with the whole afterlife thing. That's new. I mean, I've never played anything like that in Zombies. It's just kind of strange. Like, in the beginning, you start in the afterlife and you have to find your body. Or sometimes you'll find these little switch things where you can enter afterlife to go into something, or turn something on, which is just interesting. It poses a big challenge and stuff. There's no power on this map. There's afterlife, which you use to power up certain things. And there's just really some very heart-pounding, adrenaline moments in this, like such as when Brutus comes out to like kill everything, and that thing, he can kick some ass, and it's always like, oh my God, Brutus is coming, or like that. That's exciting, and it's just the whole setting of it, the whole like prison environment. It's just, I think it's just the perfect place for a Zombies map. And there's just, like he said, there's a lot of little things, like such as the fucking puppy dogs on the wall that eat every zombie, getting the Hell's Retriever, and just so many cool things. I really like this map, and they brought back some, what are they? The Deadshot Daiquiri.
Yeah, they brought back a couple of perks. You can get a Deadshot Daiquiri in both survival and grief, because you can play grief. They brought grief back, and you can play it in the cell blocks. But
that's another thing. Like, I never was that excited to play grief, and I want to play grief, because it's just such a good place.
Yeah, they finally brought back PhD, which was something everybody was like, oh, bring it back. And then they brought back, well, Mule Kick's in there, and then they have Electric Cherry, which is like you reload and then it sends out a shockwave and it like kills all the zombies, which is cool. I like that. I like how they keep just adding like little things. Like the other two, like the perks that were in Transit and Die Rise, they're okay, but it's kind of like, do I need this really? And then, but this is kind of like, oh, there's added benefit because I'm going to be reloading a lot, so this is going to help because of that. So
Keith should have had the achievement for it.
I should have, but
probably killed like 9.
I probably did. Like, you gotta like just kill 10 zombies with a shockwave, and I probably killed 9. But anything else? I mean, other than that, this map is like the other one. There's, like I said, like with the whole Easter egg thing, there's one where you can get a melee weapon called the Golden Spork.
Yeah. And
it's it's a one-hit kill to like round 30. I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
If you can,
and like you literally, and if you can get this a gun, you can upgrade. If you get a weapon in there, you can like the Hell's Retriever, you can upgrade it and all that. There's like all kinds of ways. It's gonna take you a while, but you can do it. So I just think they put a lot more time into this map than I think they did with Die Rise.
Yeah, and overall, I mean, this is definitely the best map out of all 3 that have been released for Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
And I know me and Keith will certainly be exploring this map a lot more.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Is that? I think that's all I gotta say.
Do you recommend Uprising?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
I was kind of a little bit late getting it because I was like, yeah, I'll maybe get it, and then I played all the maps and I was like, yep.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend it. It's 1,200 Microsoft points or $15. So I mean, it's not too expensive.
And
you get your bang for your buck.
Yeah, you really do. So that's
So get Uprising and have a nice day.